The drama in Huntsville has officially reached an entirely new level of chaos. And this time, it's not just about cheating rumors, business lies, or broken friendships, it's about evidence, the FBI, and the bombshell that no one thought would ever really happen. At 45, Carlos King, the mastermind behind Love and Marriage, Huntsville, has dropped a move so bold, so unthinkable, that it has shaken both fans and cast members to their core. The whispers have been going around for months, maybe even years. But now the whispers have turned into headlines. Carlos King has allegedly handed over evidence against Marsau and LaTisha Scott directly to the FBI. Yes, you heard that right. This isn't just TV drama anymore. This is real-life stakes. The Scotts, who have been painted as the power couple of Huntsville, are now facing scrutiny that could go far beyond reality TV storylines. If what insiders are saying is true, this could destroy their businesses, their reputations, and even threaten their freedom. And the craziest part, Carlos King might just be the one holding the receipts that seal their fate. Let's rewind. Because to understand how we got here, you have to look at the history between Carlos King, Marsau Scott, and LaTisha Scott. From the very beginning, the Scotts were positioned as the entrepreneurial backbone of the show, Marsau with his construction business and LaTisha stepping up as the supportive wife and eventual business partner. But as the seasons rolled on, fans started to notice cracks. The rumors about Marsau's alleged infidelities, the shady deals that seemed to surround Scholt Industries, and LaTisha's constant battle to prove herself, it all started stacking up. Then came the confrontations. Fans will never forget Melody Shari putting Marsau on blast, hinting at secrets that the cameras weren't catching. Melody and LaTisha's friendship crumbled, and Marsau seemed to find himself constantly on the defense. The more Marsau tried to downplay the accusations, the louder the whispers became. And through it all, Carlos King sat back, watched, and orchestrated the drama with the precision only he could manage. But apparently, behind the scenes, Carlos wasn't just listening, he was collecting. Sources close to production alleged that Carlos King had been building a case quietly. Every shady business deal, every questionable financial move, every off-camera fight that pointed to something bigger, Carlos was allegedly keeping track. And now, at 45, he's no longer content with letting this be just TV fodder. If what insiders are saying is true, Carlos finally decided that enough was enough and took the receipts where they would matter most, the FBI. Now, imagine for a moment the reaction inside the Scott household when those words first reached them. LaTisha, who has always defended her husband and insisted their family was unshakable, reportedly broke down when the news started spreading. Marsau, who has built his entire identity around being the slick, confident businessman, allegedly went into damage control mode, reaching out to contacts, lawyers, and even castmates to find out what Carlos really had on them. But this isn't just about Marsau and LaTisha's reaction. The entire cast of Love and Marriage, Huntsville, has been thrown into chaos. Melody, who has been feuding with the Scotts for years, reportedly wasn't surprised at all. Some say she even hinted months ago that there were things about Marsau that would eventually come to light. Kimmy, always the calm in the storm, is said to be worried about how this could impact the group's overall image. While Martell Holt, never one to resist a chance to watch someone else's downfall, is allegedly sitting back and smirking. Stormy Steele, who has her own battles with LaTisha, wasted no time in cryptic posting online, suggesting that karma always circles back. And let's not forget the fans. The internet has exploded. Twitter timelines are full of speculation, Instagram lives are buzzing with theories, and TikTok edits are putting together timelines of all the shady Scott behavior that might have led to this very moment. Some fans are celebrating, calling this justice served after years of watching Marsau dodge accountability. Others, though, are skeptical, wondering if Carlos is really handing over evidence to the FBI, or if this is just another masterful play to keep LAMH at the top of reality TV gossip. Still, the weight of the rumors is heavy. The phrase Carlos King gave evidence to the FBI has spread like wildfire, and whether every detail is accurate or not, the damage to Marsau and LaTisha's brand has already begun. Clients are asking questions, business partners are allegedly reconsidering deals, and the once picture-perfect image of the Scotts is now cracked beyond repair. But here's where it gets even more interesting. Some insiders claim that Carlos didn't make this move entirely on his own. They say he was pushed by mounting pressure from sponsors, production, and even higher-ups who wanted to protect the show from being associated with potential criminal activity. In other words, Carlos may not have had a choice. By turning over what he had, He not only protected the show's reputation but also shielded himself from being accused of covering things up. Now, if you're Marsau and LaTisha, where do you go from here? Divorce rumors have already started swirling, with some insiders claiming LaTisha may not be willing to go down with the ship if things get too serious. Marsau, on the other hand, seems determined to fight back, allegedly calling the entire thing a setup. He has been known to shade Carlos in the past, and this latest move might just push him over the edge into full-on war. Meanwhile, Carlos King has remained quiet publicly, but those close to him say he's unbothered. He's been in this industry too long to flinch at a little backlash. If anything, he knows this storyline will only make the next season of Love and Marriage, Huntsville, the most watched yet. Fans can't resist real-life scandals, and Carlos knows exactly how to spin this to his advantage. At the end of the day, this situation is bigger than ratings. Bigger than gossip hits about whether or not Marsau and LaTisha can survive the fallout of having the FBI's eyes on them. If the evidence Carlos allegedly handed over proves to be substantial, this could be the end of not only their reality TV careers, but also their public image as a whole. And so we're left with the million-dollar questions. What exactly does Carlos have? Are Marsau and LaTisha truly guilty of something bigger than reality TV drama? Or is this just a master producer pulling strings to create the ultimate plot twist? And most importantly, can the Scotts recover from this? Or is this truly the beginning of the end for Huntsville's most controversial couple? The cast, of course, is buzzing. Melody, who has always had tension with LaTisha, is said to be watching closely but staying quiet for now. Martell, who never misses a chance to throw shade, reportedly told a friend. Marsau thought he was untouchable. Guess not. Kimmy, the ever-calm peacemaker, has allegedly reached out to LaTisha privately to offer support. But let's be honest, if this is real, support won't stop what's coming. On social media, the reaction has been explosive. Fans are torn between shock and satisfaction. Some are saying, finally, Marsau and LaTisha been acting shady for years. Others argue Carlos is going too far, dragging personal matters into a federal spotlight just for the sake of drama. Hashtags like hashtag Carlos exposes Scotts, hashtag LAMH FBI, and hashtag by Marsau and LaTisha are already trending, proving that this storyline is bigger than just a reality show. The Scotts themselves, sources say they're furious. LaTisha allegedly feels betrayed by Carlos, someone she thought had her back as both producer and mentor. Marsau, on the other hand, is said to be gearing up for a fight, determined to prove his innocence and dismiss Carlos' evidence as exaggerated or fabricated. But here's the thing, when the FBI gets involved, it's not just gossip anymore. It's serious. So where does this leave Love and Marriage, Huntsville? This could shake the very foundation of the show. If Marsau and LaTisha are pulled into a federal investigation, will they even be allowed to continue filming? Will Carlos use this as an opening to bring in fresh faces, or will the Scotts fight tooth and nail to stay in the spotlight? Either way, the power dynamics in Huntsville are shifting, and let's not forget the fans. Many of you have been calling out the Scotts for seasons, accusing them of hiding behind business titles and picture-perfect branding while refusing to be transparent like the others. Now, with Carlos allegedly handing over receipts, it feels like a moment of vindication for those who always suspected there was more to the story. But one thing's for sure, this isn't over. If Carlos really did provide evidence, the fallout is just beginning. Marsau and LaTisha could be facing investigations, possible charges, or at the very least, public humiliation on a scale they've never dealt with before. And Carlos, he's once again positioned himself at the center of Huntsville's biggest storm yet. Now the question is, will this move cement Carlos King as the fearless truth-teller, or will fans accuse him of crossing the line into dangerous territory? Only time and maybe the courts will tell. So what do you think? Did Carlos King do the right thing by allegedly giving evidence to the FBI? Or is this a betrayal too far? And if Marsau and LaTisha really are hiding something, is this the end of their reign on Love and Marriage, Huntsville? Drop your thoughts below. Like if you're shocked at this twist, subscribe for more Huntsville exclusives. Turn on notifications. You won't want to miss what comes next.